Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to convene this meeting of the Government Administration and Elections Committee. Are there any remarks from my co-chair? Seeing none, any remarks from the ranking members? I don't see any either. Well, then we will move on our agenda to bills and resolutions for final action. And our first bill for consideration is Senate Bill 953, an act redefining state contractor, prospective state contractor, and subcontractor to exclude statutorily recognized Indian tribes of this state for the purposes of campaign finance laws. The chair would entertain a motion to JFS this bill, with the JFS language being LCO 6252. Is there a motion? Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded by Representative Osborne. Is there discussion? Yes, Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Just maybe you could explain what the thought process is behind this. Why would we not want to include, I don't know exactly what the term was in the bill, Indian tribes of the state, as far as our campaign finance laws? I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it.
Sure. I think the logic, the issue has been that the elected leaders of tribes in our state have been treated as though they are the heads of some sort of entity that has a contract with the state. And what the tribes are arguing is that they should be treated more like a municipal elected official, that they are the chief executive officer of their tribe, the same way a chief elected official is of their community. And with our campaign finance laws, they should be treated as such and not as state contractors. That the tribes are, governmental entities, the same way the town of Wolcott is, or the town of East Lyme, or the town of Salisbury, or the city of Hartford. And so their argument is that they should be treated as the duly elected leaders that they are, just like leaders of municipalities are treated.
Just a follow up to that, and I appreciate that insight. Who actually elects the tribal leaders? Is it just the members of the tribes, or is it based on geography?
I don't know the rules for every tribe, Senator, but it is the members of the tribes who participate in that elections. I don't know what kind of geographic limitations they may have on how those elections take place, but the people who participate in those elections are members of the tribe.
And just one more follow up, and that is, I mean, understanding all of that, but do these tribes actually engage in contracts with the state? My understanding is that we have a great many agreements that are made and have longstanding relationships with the tribes as far as policy and the way money in the state is distributed. I'm trying to wrap my head around why they would not be considered state contractors as they have in the past.
Yeah, I don't think that I appreciate the question, Senator. And generally, any governmental entity is not treated as a state contractor. So the same way a municipality might have a contract with the state for a certain thing to be executed, a tribe has those agreements as well. And we don't treat municipalities like they have contracts with the state. It's a governmental entity, and a governmental entity can't have a contract with the state. They're not treated the same way. And so the argument for this bill is that our tribes should be treated in the same way, that they are a governmental entity, that their leaders are elected, and they should not be treated as entities having contracts with the state of Connecticut for the purpose of campaign finance laws. So this is frankly limiting their ability to participate in the political process because they are an elected leader. Yes, Senator.
Thank you. This is all very, very good information, and it's very appreciated to help paint a picture of what's going on here. Although I have to admit, I'm struggling a little bit with understanding how the tribes are governmental entities. I get in some respects they manage their own affairs as a government, but with respect to the state of Connecticut, They've never been considered a governmental entity in the past, as far as I know. Are they considered a governmental entity in other framework in our state laws? Or is this the first time that will happen? And maybe you can just let me know what the case is around the country. Is this normal in other states? They consider, Native American tribes as governmental entities?
Yeah, thank you. And I'll answer your second question first. I think actually that is a really good example. Around the country, tribes are considered governmental entities and are treated as such in their interactions with state government in a variety of ways. And that's true here in the state of Connecticut as well. As you know, Senator, the tribes basically run their own communities. They run their communities with, rules and laws that are enforced in the territories that they cover in our state. They run their own public safety structures, for example. And so they are very much similar to towns and cities in our state in terms of the kinds of structures they have in place that make them a governmental entity. And so that's why I would argue that this has just been a glaring omission in our law, and frankly, perhaps an overreach by those who enforce our campaign finance laws. And so I'm hopeful that this committee will support this today, because these are governmental entities. Their leadership is elected. The tribes serve public purposes just like municipalities do, and their leadership should not be viewed as state contractors. Yes, Senator.
I know I keep saying I have one more question.
It's okay. You can just keep talking.
You're doing such a good job. You're making me think of other things. So I understand part of this bill has something to do with the ability for certain individuals to make campaign contributions to political candidates. Does this change that relationship for certain members of the tribe? Is it only their leadership? And are they being currently restricted, and this would lift a restriction? Maybe you can just elaborate on how this changes that relationship.
Thank you, Senator. Yes, that's exactly what this does. So under the current statutes, it's been interpreted by state agencies that some of these leaders are state contractors, and that is prohibiting them from participating in some of our state's campaign finance programs. And so this would lift that prohibition. Again, the compelling argument that I see for this change is that they should be treated the same way that elected leaders of towns and cities are, in that they are elected leaders of the tribes in our state, and they should not be treated as state contractors. And so this would eliminate what I think is a limitation on their ability to participate in our political structures. Yes, Senator.
This time is the last time.
To keep asking questions. It's okay to want to understand what this
I
does.
do have my fingers crossed, but the all of this sounds very compelling, except that I'm still struggling with this idea of comparing the elected leaders of the tribes with other government entities and maybe mayors and so forth around the state. I mean, the fact of the matter is, this is an organization of people, not organized by geography, but engaged in commerce with the state of Connecticut, and they elect a leader for their organization. I mean, it's just like, if a major company decided to elect a chairman of the board to negotiate with the state of Connecticut. I mean, that's the distinction that I have. And I'll give you an opportunity to kind of dissuade me of that belief system, but I don't see it as comparable. I do not see the leaders of the tribes as elected leaders in the same way that mayors and first selectmen around our state are. They are not being elected to represent their geographical constituencies. They're there as advocates for their in this case, the members of the tribe, but it could be anything. It could be an organization of people arranged for any purpose, and any other type of civic or advocacy organization could make the same exact arguments, in my view. Again, I look forward to your response, but that's the crux of this for me, and what's leading me towards a no vote today. But I'm very open to listening. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Senator. I appreciate your comments. And I'll just say in response that, our tribes, any federally designated or recognized tribe is a sovereign entity in our state. And so if you think about the interaction that these tribes have had over time with our legislature. If you think about in the past, this legislature has debated laws that would enter into their sovereign territory and the controversy that has caused in the past. I'm thinking of previous debates around smoking, other things. There is a push and pull here. And I would also argue to you, Senator, that that these sovereign tribes do cover a particular area. And so anyone who is a guest in the area that they cover, they have to follow their rules and their laws. And so a lot of people might not know this, but I talked earlier about the public safety structures that the tribes maintain. You can also be held to account, if you will, if you violate the rules when you're in the territories that the tribes cover. And so I do think they are much more like being in a particular municipality than just being a group that has members. And so I'm not sure that my argument is having much persuasion right now, given that. Okay, I'm going to move on. So
Thank you.
Representative Master Francesco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm just listening to what you were talking about and how the tribe is interacts with the legislature all the time, right? That's actually raises a concern for allowing them to, if we take them out of that category, allowing them to donate to campaigns. That would be a conflict of interest. Because we have so much interaction with debate on certain issues, as you mentioned. So that that's definitely a concern of mine. It just kind of opens the floodgates. In the beginning, when this law was passed, why did they put them under the category of contractors? Through you.
Thank you, Representative. I actually really appreciate that question because the fact of the matter is the law does not say that they're contractors. This has been an interpretation by the State Elections Enforcement Commission that I think is erroneous. And so we're attempting to change the statute to make it crystal clear that they're not state contractors. And to your earlier point, I would argue that each and every day, if we walked out into the lobby of this building right now, we would find a chief elected official that's arguing for something in this building. So that push and pull between elected leaders of municipalities is constant in our state. And so I would hope that what I referenced earlier about the tribes having a back and forth with state government, I would hope that that would persuade you that it's no different than small towns, medium towns, big cities coming here and having an interaction and a push and pull with the legislature as well. But just to be crystal clear, the law does not say that they are state contractors. This has been a bureaucratic interpretation by the State Elections Enforcement Commission, and this proposed law is an attempt to clarify that and make it clear that these elected leaders of these sovereign tribes are not in fact contractors.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, for that answer. And I think Senator Sampson asked you this question before. Does the tribe contract with the state of Connecticut in any capacity at all? Through you.
Thank you for the question. I can pause and try to get some clarification on this, but I'm not sure that they do have specific contracts with the state of Connecticut. I don't know exactly what caused the State Elections Enforcement Commission to come up with this definition. Obviously, the state of Connecticut has major interactions with them when it comes to some of the revenue that comes to the state of Connecticut from their the revenue that comes in to the tribes, mostly through the casinos that two of the tribes in Connecticut operate.
Thank you for that answer. So this particular bill here before us, does it only deal with campaign finance? Would it have anything to do with changing the requirements for them bidding on contracts that are state?
No, it only deals with campaign finance laws. The bill that's before us is just about providing some clarity and making it clear that the leaders of these tribes are not in fact state contractors for the purpose of campaign finance laws. That's it.
Thank you. I always go with my gut instinct, the little birdie on my shoulder. I just, with caution, I'm going to oppose this today and maybe get a little bit more information down the road, more education on it. And perhaps I may change my mind if it comes to the floor, but for today, I'm going to be a no. Thanks, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Are there other questions or comments from members of the committee? Seeing none? Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote for Senate Bill 953, an act redefining state contractor, prospective state contractor, and subcontractor to exclude statutorily recognized Indian tribes of the state for purpose of campaign finance laws. The motion is to JFS LCO number 6252 to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Representative Blumenthal, Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Morin-Bello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Representative Master Francesco,
No.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino,
Carpino votes no.
Representative Fonsello,
No.
Representative Gauthier,
Representative Gauthier, yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Hoxa votes no.
Representative Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Representative Menapace,
Menapace is yes.
Representative Rosario,
Representative Rosario in the affirmative.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And at this time, we will hold votes open for today's agenda until 3 p.m. and that might change, but at least 3 p.m. With that, we will move on. Item number 3, Senate Bill 1430, an act implementing the recommendations of the Office of State Ethics for revisions to the State Code of Ethics. The chair would entertain a motion to JF this bill. Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal, seconded by Representative Morin-Bello to JF this bill, and this bill comes to us from the Office of State Ethics. It has 2 provisions that this committee has seen in the past concerning conflicts of interest under the State Code of Ethics for public officials and a change to statements of financial interest. Is there discussion from members of the committee? Seeing no discussion? Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll on Senate Bill 1430?
This is a roll call vote for Senate Bill 1430, an act implementing the recommendations of the Office of State Ethics for revisions to the State Code of Ethics. The motion is to JF to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal,
Yes.
Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Morin-Bello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne,
Yes.
Senator Sampson,
Sampson is no. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. Sampson is yes on this one.
Representative Master Francesco,
Master Francesco votes yes.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Hoxa votes yes.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace, Representative Rosario,
Representative Rosario in the affirmative.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Next, we will have Senate Bill 1433, an act exempting the residential addresses of employees from the Office of Attorney General from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. The chair would entertain a motion to JF this bill. Motion has been made by Representative Morin Bello, seconded by Representative Blumenthal. And this too is a bill that this committee has debated in the past. This adds a limited list of state employees to the list of individuals whose home addresses cannot be disclosed by a Freedom of Information request. We heard testimony last week from Assistant Attorney Generals that they are often working on cases where everyone else in the courtroom, they have the protection of their home address being disclosed from Freedom of Information requests, and they are the only entity in that process where a public employee's address actually would be disclosed. So with that, are there any questions or comments from members of the committee on Senate Bill 1433? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote on Senate Bill 1433, an act exempting the residential addresses of employees of the Office of the Attorney General from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act. The motion is to J up to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal, Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Morin Bello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Representative Master Francesco,
No.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Hox is no.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace, Representative Rosario,
In the affirmative.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon is yes.
Senator Winfield. And I didn't catch your vote, Representative Menapace.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next, we will consider Senate Bill 1434, an act implementing the treasurer's recommendations for revisions concerning unclaimed property. The chair would entertain a motion to JFS this bill with LCO number 6292.
So moved.
Motion has been made by Representative Menapace, seconded by Representative Blumenthal. And this bill comes to us from the Treasurer's Office and in an effort to improve access to the unclaimed property portal and allowing people to claim their unclaimed property. The substitute language makes two minor revisions, and I do just want to pause and give great credit to our LCO attorney, Shannon McCarthy, for turning the language around as quickly as she did. And we had testimony last week in the public hearing from funeral directors asking that the provision of 50 years be changed to 75 years. And this language before us does that. So just one of the many examples of how public hearing testimony really matters. And the language before us also makes a few small technical changes at the request of the Treasurer's Office. Is there any further discussion or comment on this bill? Yes, Senator Sampson.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. Of course, this is a topic that is near and dear to me. It's something that I've worked on for the last several years. I've met with the Treasurer's Office a couple times, and I do appreciate what they've put together here. I think these are good changes. It may not include everything that I would like to see happen, but each year I think we work on the CT big list a little bit and make it a little bit better. I'm going to support the bill clearly today. I think overall it's excellent. I know that we're making that minor change to the funeral service contracts, which I think is a positive change. I'm not 100% certain that the language is completely 100% yet I think we have some unanswered questions about the funeral service contract portion of the bill, and I just hope we continue to talk about it and maybe improve it before it ultimately gets to it's a Senate bill, so to the Senate. But again, I do support the concept, and I think this is moving in the right direction, and I'm anxious to see it become law. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote for item number 5, Senate Bill 1434, an act implementing the treasurer's recommendations for revisions concerning unclaimed property. The motion is to JFS LCO number 6292 to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal. Yes. Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Morambello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is yes.
Representative Master Francesco,
Yes.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Yes.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace,
Yes.
Representative Rosario,
Yes.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next, the committee will consider House Joint Resolution number 11, item number 6, a resolution commemorating the 26th anniversary of the Connecticut-Taiwan sister state relationship. The chair would entertain a motion to JF this resolution.
Second.
Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal, seconded by Representative Menapace. Is there discussion? This is a proposal this committee has looked at almost every single year except for maybe 5 years ago. Any discussion? 5 years ago was COVID. Okay, thank you. With that, Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll on House Joint Resolution number 11?
This is a roll call vote for House Joint Resolution number 11, a resolution commemorating the 26th anniversary of the Connecticut-Taiwan sister state relationship. The motion is to JF to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal, Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Morambello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is yes.
Representative Master Francesco,
Yes.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Cox votes yes.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace,
Yes.
Representative Rosario,
Yes.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Okay, next we will consider item number 7, House Bill 7125, an act concerning referenda on various revisions to municipal charters and home rule ordinances. The chair would entertain a motion to JF House Bill 7125. Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal, seconded by Representative Morambello. And this bill before us today is a continuation of a proposal that's been before us the last couple of years. I have to give credit to the proponents of this bill. They had initially come to us with a very broad proposal, and they've done a lot of work to try to narrow this down and put forward something that is much more workable than some of the things that we've seen in the past. And this is an effort to make it clear to voters when they're voting on changes to their municipal charters exactly what those questions are, particularly on the bigger charter changes that may be considered. And I think this, well, I'm grateful to the advocates for the work that they've done on this. Is there any further discussion on House Bill 7125? Representative Master Francesco.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I remember this bill from last year. It was very, very broad. There was certainly some opposition on it from our side. But I think it's been cleaned up pretty good this year, so I will be supporting it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. I must say, I think that's fantastic news. I'm very happy. Yay. Okay. Any other comment or question? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll on House Bill 7125?
This is a roll call vote
Yeah.
for item number 7, House Bill 7125, an act concerning referenda on revisions to municipal charters and home rule ordinances. The motion is to JF to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal. Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Warren Bello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is yes.
Representative Master Francesco,
Master Francesco votes yes.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Yes.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace,
Yes.
Representative Rosario,
Yes.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And finally, we will consider item number 9, House Bill number 7129, an act concerning the transfer of to municipal officials of voting tabulators and accessories purchased by the Secretary of the State. The chair would entertain a motion to JF this bill. Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal, seconded by Representative Morin Bello. This proposal comes to us from the Secretary of the State's office. They are asking for the newly acquired tabulators and the accessories that are necessarily to utilize those tabulators to be transferred directly to municipalities. This is very similar to the arrangement that was put in place 20 years ago with the last set of tabulators, but there was a difference in how those machines were acquired, and that's why this legislation before us is necessary this afternoon. Is there any further discussion on House Bill 7129? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
This is a roll call vote for item number 9, House Bill 7129, an act concerning the transfer to municipal officials of voting tabulatures and accessories purchased by the Secretary of State. The motion is to JF to the floor. Senator Flexer,
Yes.
Representative Blumenthal, Senator Honig,
Senator Honig votes yes.
Representative Warren Bello,
Yes.
Representative Osborne, Senator Sampson,
Sampson is yes.
Representative Master Francesco,
Yes.
Representative Bronco, Representative Carpino, Representative Fonsello,
Yes.
Representative Gauthier,
Yes.
Representative Haddad, Representative Hoxa,
Yes.
Representative Johnson, Representative Menapace,
Yes.
Representative Rosario,
Yes.
Representative Santiago,
Yes.
Representative Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Senator Winfield. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And that concludes our business for today. And so our committee will stand in recess until at least 3 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
How are you, Representative Carpino?
I'm good. Um, I see that, is the good senator still here? I don't want to cut in front of anybody.
No, I think he wasn't, so I think you're okay.
Okay, you guys ended quicker than I thought, so I'd like to cast the rest of my votes if I may.
Yes, it was a pretty quick one. So I need you for 1430. Did you have?
Did you guys go out of order?
Yes, we did number one, which you were there. We
Yes, perfect,
Skip number two.
perfect. 1430, I'd like to vote yes.
Okay. 1434 I'm sorry, 1433.
1433, I'd like to vote no.
Then 1434.
Yes.
HJ 11.
Yes.
HB 7125.
Yes.
And then we skipped We skip number 8, and then the last one is 7129.
I'd like to vote yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Murray's talking with LCL right now. He'll be right back.
How are you, Representative Johnson?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you, Clerk. How are you, Murray?
I'm doing good. Fast one today.
I know, so fast. I had a 30-minute meeting. I'm back and it's over. Wow.
All right, so I believe, do you have the agenda?
Yes, let me grab, it's on my same laptop. Thank you. I only got the first vote in. I know that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that one I have you good.
Great, thank you. I see that 2 was held. Is that correct?
Yep, we skipped 2.
Two.
So for 1430, how would you like to vote?
I'm a yes on 1430.
All right. 1433.
1433. I am a yes as well.
Okay. 1434.
Sorry, texts are coming in. 1434, I am a yes.
Right. HJ11.
I'm a yes on that as well.
And then 7125.
7125, referendum revisions. I'm a yes.
Okay.
And do we skip 8 as I understand it as well?
Yep. Yeah, we skipped 8. And then 9 is the last one. So 7129.
Okay, let me go back to my 9. I'm sorry. Where was it?
They're all good.
Oh my gosh, too many tabs. Or did I already close out? Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I might have closed out. What is the number of 9?
7129. It's the transfer to muni. It's the tabulator one, the voting tabulator.
Oh, the voting tabulator. Oh, correct. Oh, yes. I know that one. I'm a yes on that one.
That's all right. That sounds good.
7129 is the tabulator. Okay, very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm all set. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Clark. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
How are you, Representative Osborne? Oh, you're muted on your end. Let me see if I can. Oh, you're still muted. Sorry.
Ah, there we go.
Now you're good.
All right. Had lots of things to unmute. What room are you physically in right now? I'll just come down to you. It'll be easier.
We're still in the same 2B.
Oh, okay. I'll see you in a minute. Thanks.
Thank you.